Aquarius, welcome back to Steampunk Psyche. If you are a returning subscriber, I want to say really cool. I appreciate your support. Okay. Um, if you're brand new to the channel, I am JT. We're going to do a general reading today. I do recommend that you stick all the way through. We got the Celtic Cross 1 through 10, and the outcome and direction is number 10. So if you haven't checked out any of the other videos, I encourage you to go into the playlists, find the sign you're looking for, and check out last week's reading. Okay, I'll leave those links at the end of this video. Okay, all right, we are going to shuffle up. Aquarius, do keep in mind that I am the reader that puts haiku poems right before your reading. Okay, I feel like it's a really cool way to transition into the reading. So let me know at the end if any of those poems resonated with you. All right, I've already pre-shuffled the cards, but for transparency's sake, I'm going to shuffle up and we're going to talk about the categories. Okay. All right, let's do this. Let's talk about the current energy, crossing challenge. We'll talk about foundation. Talk about recent past, possibilities, the near future. We're going to look at the self, the environment, the hopes, fears, wishes, or worries, and the outcome and the direction. All right, Aquarius, give me 1 minute to check these out. And while I'm doing that, here are your brand new poems from Haiku Corner. Okay, Aquarius, anytime we start off the reading with the Two of Pentacles, we're talking about the juggling act, right? And what I feel like is we're talking about a feminine in this situation, okay? I feel like maybe someone here, a feminine, is definitely caught in some kind of a love triangle, okay? And I don't think it's by choice. I think it's by circumstance, okay? And so what I'm getting at is that this may resonate with you, it may not, but I feel like we're definitely talking about someone here that someone who feels like there is fire and passion with another, and another one that has a little bit of complication. So we're going to talk about it right now, okay? All right, so this is definitely, I say definitely, it could be somebody from your past. I feel like it is for certain reasons. I'll go over that here in just a second, but I don't know. This is someone from your past. Maybe has started texting you again. Okay, and there may be a situation where like some of the messages or the threads. I don't know. You might. I feel like a person was watching you. Okay, and they were like checking to see who's replying faster. Okay, and it's like they know they're in competition with somebody here. So like I said, just take what resonates with you. For some of you, this may not apply, but I don't know. And you may be questioning, with the texts that are coming in, like who feels safer, who feels, hottest, that kind of situation. But I do feel like you're being stretched by a couple of people. They want access to you, but I feel like it's for different reasons here. Okay, maybe you're comparing how they check your stories out, right? See what you're doing. Um, this has got a masculine energy that's, I don't know, it feels like trying to reclaim you. Okay. Um, and I feel like you're just trying to understand this person. Okay. And so it's kind of like being torn between stability, I don't know, and excitement here. Okay. It's one person is jealous, but pretending they're not, so I don't know, someone's asking you to choose, maybe without like saying it out loud. Okay. And so you're kind of noticing, I don't know, maybe you're noticing like who's showing up when they're quiet or when it's quiet, like you got two, you know, I don't know, two texts coming in, trying to juggle which one to go back and forth one. We could be talking about two different types of income streams as well here, a couple of different opportunities or a couple of different directions in a situation here. But we're definitely, I I don't know, I don't like to do that because I don't want to disinclude anybody in this reading, but I do feel like it's relationship related. But it I feel like it also has some kind of a money influence involved here. Okay, this is not you being like indecisive, right? It's like um, you're just trying to evaluate who actually is kind of like aligning up with your future here. Okay, for some of you, you could be seeing synchronicities around this energy right now, like a 717 or something like that. It's like those numbers kind of represent the guidance, the connection that it's going to grow you. I don't think this is the connection that's going to drain you of your energy, but something that's going to grow you in a direction here. Okay, so our challenge card is the Ace of Wands, and it's the hot, steamy passion fire that I was talking about before. Within those two choices, okay. Um, the challenge here is pure desire. Okay, it's the spark, that's I don't know, that's making you forget your damn logic here. Okay, it's got that magnetic, reckless kind of pull, and it's got it on you, right? I feel like I'm definitely speaking to a feminine here. I don't have to be. These are just energies. Keep in mind we do have a balance of both masculine and feminine energies here. So if you are cross watching, for this particular sign, Aquarius, I would suggest you go back and watch the other video that I just laid out like a few days ago. Um, choosing your heart, choosing yourself first here. So that might align with you is what I'm getting at. So it's like, this is the steamy text that's coming in at 1 a.m., right? From the person you swore that maybe you were done with, okay? Or, I don't know, somebody new that's giving you those butterflies. Like I said, I do feel like there's a couple of different, somebody's got some options here, okay? But it's kind of like this past person maybe gives out the hottest flame. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, maybe that masculine just wants you physically, before they're like emotionally ready for you. But I don't know that you're complaining too much, this kind of feels like the feminine energy here is trying to seduce, through all that softness, the attention, shit. Come on, you know what I'm talking about, right? But I'm just saying, I don't know, somebody may have sent you a photo or something like that. It makes your heart race, right? I don't know, that selfie that's, you're looking good, right? You're looking hot. But this has got also temptation, all right? It's like the temptation to respond, even though it might, maybe complicate some of the situation here, okay? This has got that fire, like the kiss you haven't had yet, or, I don't know, it's living in your mind, and so it's craving intimacy, and it does have like a little bit of a past pattern of like I don't want to repeat that rush kind of energy here, but I feel like this definitely could be that new person who is I don't know, something you thought may have been a little bit dormant in them. That person may have been a little bit slower than what you were willing or that you wanted. You know what I mean? It could have been a little more. I don't know. We do have the Knight of Cups here, so a little more less romantic. Anyway, I'm just saying that, and I'm not putting anybody down here. Right? I'm not judging, right? Um, Somebody's honey, and they want a little more action than what this person was doing. But anyway, but this is definitely someone acting bold because they feel maybe some competition. Okay, so the challenge is definitely you know uh, choosing like the passion that's not going to burn you in a situation. Okay. Anyway, we're going to move on. We're going to talk about this Knight of Cups now. The Knight of Cups. I think at the very bottom of this triangle situation that I was referring to is there's definitely a romantic offer. Okay, someone wants to step up, but they may be doing it a little bit slowly, and that's why I kind of mentioned that before. They got you on fire, but they're kind of slow. So it's like cold shower every 10 minutes here, right? Um, but it also could look like maybe someone who like I feel like this may be that past version too. Someone maybe breadcrumbs you or something like that, and now suddenly they want to, hey, let's talk about us, right? This could be like the masculine energy is, maybe preparing to make some kind of a confession to you, something like that. Maybe you're dropping hints, on your socials, particular songs that you like. I don't know, something about your posts, or I don't know, some kind of like a soft, type invitation or something like that. So, but it does have like a hint of some exclusivity here, but I don't feel like they've said the word, right? Um, I don't know, the person who maybe avoided commitment, is they're thinking about you, okay? And so I don't know, you're definitely got that. I'm noticing, who is bringing emotional safety to the table, right? And or who's just trying to romance their self back in. I do definitely feel like this is a couple of energy here. Some feminine here is, got some options, right? And that's no big deal. Okay, it's a nice place to be. It's okay. The confusion is where we're going to be talking about, right? This could be like that message, I miss you, I miss you. It's a I miss your energy kind of a text, right? Out of nowhere. I don't know, somebody wants to take you out, a real date, putting some effort in. Anyway, I don't know. I this could have like somebody's definitely imagining you wearing their ring, right? Even if they don't ever really say it. Okay, we're going to talk about the next card here. Okay, in this recent past, the Nine of Wands. This might poke a bruise. I'm not trying to poke a bruise, and I'm saying this all with love. So take everything with a grain of salt here. But this is the inconsistencies that you've gone through. Okay, someone who made you feel, less than what you should. You had to defend your heart, is what I'm getting at. Okay, so this is somebody kept you waiting or guessing or doubting or something like that, and it's the barriers that you've put up. Carrying all the emotional labor of a relationship, maybe in the past or something. But you've learned to protect yourself, because they didn't show up, they didn't perform, they didn't meet you halfway. So it could look like the masculine energy that was hot and cold, or the feminine energy, as far as the negative aspect of that card, would be definitely like somebody emotionally just unavailable. You had to step back, draw back. But I feel like you recognized some kind of a pattern here. Okay, and we're going to talk about it, but I feel like that you definitely realized you deserved way more than what somebody was doing here. So that person from your past uh, may look a little defensive, right? Because they know they hurt you. So that one where I talked about the two different energies, one that was a little bit of the fire, and the other one was just well, I'm not sure how you're going to decide on that. That's where I'm going with that. But I'm saying you're cautious. You're not closed off. You're just cautious at this time, right? And so it could kind of feel like that emotional turbulence may have you know definitely taught you about what you won't tolerate anymore. Okay. All right, we were moving on into the possibilities. It's not what you think here. This Three of Swords. Nobody likes to look at that Three of Swords. We already know. We don't even have to know tarot to understand what it's talking about. But we're talking about, this is the heart in that triangle. Someone gets hurt if you choose them. Someone gets hurt if you don't. That's what this is representing. Not necessarily, the heart that's been broken, because we already know that, right? But this is that past person who realized, way too late, they're losing you. And it could also be that competition, the pulling back, right? The new person, maybe they feel there's that they know that you were with somebody, or that you felt some way for somebody, and maybe they pulled back as the to give you the space or whatever, right? So but it also has that somebody's checking your socials out obsessively. You know what I mean? That's that. It's kind of like the third party is not necessarily your to do here. It's the external source, right? um I don't know. And maybe this could resemble a little bit of feeling guilty for wanting what you want. Perhaps you want both of them, and it's that decision. You can't. I'm not judging anybody's dynamics here, throuple relationship or anything like that. I totally get it. I understand. But I am saying this, like, the truth is going to come out here, that's definitely going to change this dynamic. Okay, this is somebody's pretending that they're fine when they're not. So pay attention to the synchronicities. Look at things like how have you risen out of any old patterns here? Okay, even if it hurts, right? Just kind of ask yourself that question, and then you'll start to notice like what choices are being made, right? And they may not be clean. They may not be some clean choices here. They may not be so cut and dry. So you'll have to really pay attention as to which one is showing up in this ordeal. Okay. All right, we're gonna move on. We're gonna look at this near future. Pretty kick ass. We got the Wheel of Fortune. I'm feeling like within the next moon phase here that this Wheel of Fortune, this doesn't have to look like you're hitting the lottery or anything, but whatever your determination is on what abundance means to you, I feel like this is the time where you're going to make that decision as to what fulfills you. Okay, this could look like somebody's unexpectedly returns, or somebody's unexpectedly going to leave a situation here. Okay, this has got that new person that enters at the exact wrong or right time. These are the choices uh, that, like I said, that you've pulled back with that Nine of Wands energy. It's kind of like this could look like the feminine energy. You're about to speak up, reveal your truth. You choose that person or something like that. It could also represent a lucky break in like money, or career boost, or even your own confidence here. But I feel like maybe this is definitely the opportunity shift for that romantic path here. Okay, it's like the karmic cycle's done, or it ends abruptly. Something is definitely changing here. Okay, so as far as human behavior, just kind of pay attention. It's going to be that one who definitely acts out of character. Okay, and that's kind of like fate pushing them aside. You understand what I mean? Okay, so I don't know. Definitely love life taking a sharp turn here. Okay, karmic reset. Okay, we're going to look now at the self. We've got the Judgment. And I feel like on the timing on this, it's definitely when you've turned your cheek. When you've turned all of your energy away from the chaos or the turmoil or whatever it is that you might be going through in the mind here, that's whenever definitely you're going to see the truth of both of these connections here. Okay, it's like you know uh, it gives you enough brain time, so to speak. So a little rest and peace of the mind, so that I don't know, you're no longer choosing out of a fear type situation or energy, right? Um, it's I'm not explaining to nobody anymore. I'm you're seeing all through the mixed signals, you know, if it was manipulation or was it really genuine effort. That's what this Judgment is all about here, right? It's I feel my standards rising, and so intuitively, um, you're going to have to meet me with like whole love. Half love shit I'm done with, right? So choosing yourself first is what Judgment's all about. Ready for that real partnership here. Okay, so some of you could be seeing, if you line up with spirit animals here, some of you could be seeing the fox. Okay, or resonate with the fox as a spirit animal. This is definitely the fox represents seeing through illusion and strategy. They are a strategizing type animal, so you could resonate with that. Doesn't have to be, but could be. Okay, now we're going to talk about the environment. A little bit of a soft landing on this, right? I've got you, right? I'm going to unpack this, but it's conflict that's around you. Okay, it's not necessarily what's taking place mentally as much as what's around you. We're talking the jealousy, competition, ego, the silent battles that everybody's kind of fighting in this situation. Someone's comparing themselves to the other person here. Some of this is going on behind your back. You have no idea it's even going. But it's that I'm the masculine here, and I'm going to try to win regardless here. If we're talking about the feminine energy, I'm trying to prove myself. But someone's definitely triggered by your independence. Okay, and I know this because this next card we're going to talk about that. A person's replaying old arguments in their head, right? Somebody wants to apologize, but they're just too fucking proud to do so. It's the same old. I don't know, the friend or the family member gives you the unexpected advice here. It goes awry. Someone's threatened by your glow up behavior. Okay, but I feel like your love life is just kind of stirring up this competition. And so, like I said, that very current energy, that Two of Pentacles, that's why you're in that state right now. You know what I'm saying? And so I don't know, maybe somebody is projecting their own insecurities onto you. You know what I'm saying? So just take what fits here. All right, now we're moving on. This beautiful card, the Nine of Pentacles. You know, this is independence. This is confidence. It's abundance. It's getting what you want. And I feel like the only negative side to this card, if there was going to be one, would be in its reverse position, which it's not. This is you glow up and someone panics. Okay, you know, maybe you're earning a little more money right now, or I don't know, you're just attracting in maybe new people. Okay, and this may have been that new person that I was talking about. And so external from you, that would be the negative side, right? It's you know, afraid of hurting someone, afraid of choosing the wrong partner. But I don't know. You want passion, you know, with no chaos. That there's no chaos in this situation. It's, you know, I want commitment. I'm done with all the pressure. You know, it's, you know, I want to be chosen, right? I want to be seen. I want to be heard. All the beautiful aspects of the Nine of Pentacles. Okay. So definitely someone's drawn to your independence, but I feel like they're also, you know, kind of terrified by it. You're kind of in a glow up situation. You know, some of you may not feel like you're in that glow up, but this doesn't have to be recognized as like financial means or anything like that. It's just like a new mindset. That is the glow up. Okay. I think a lot of people sometimes kind of confuse that, but your energy is definitely shifting fast, and people can feel that. Okay. Okay. The outcome in the direction, another little soft landing, you know, it's a warning. This is about clarity. Okay. That's exactly what this is about. You know, the truth coming out. I feel like because this is in your outcome in direction, if it was anywhere else in the deck, I couldn't really say this. I'm not saying this is I'm not saying this just like to bait you here. I'm truly saying this because this is the confession. This is the past person. Okay. They always thought that you might be around. Maybe they were, you know, had an avoidant type attachment style, and you put an end to that shit. You know, um, this is the person that admits they're afraid of losing you. Okay. Maybe somebody lied to you. You know, maybe they lied about not caring. You know what I'm saying? It may have been a conversation, an argument, or something like that took place, right? And they may have said those exact words to you. But the feminine energy here may be admitting that they were a little scared to be vulnerable at the same time, right? So this message could just come in like, you know, late at night, just raw as hell, you know, honest, unfiltered. And so I don't know. To me, that's just kind of showing up with character. It may not, like I said, I told you earlier, it may, somebody may say something to you that may come across as a little bit like verbose, but they're doing it out of the truth shift within themselves because they know that you have, you know, and so this shifts the entire dynamic here. This may be a mirrored situation for some of you, right? Anyway, I feel like you're going to definitely see someone's real, you know, true intentions on this card. Okay, someone, you know, who acted detached, they're cracking up. You've got them cracking up. In fact, I may put that in the damn title, right? But anyway, um, you know, the great part about this is you're not. I don't feel like you're choosing between two lovers, right? It's just like you're choosing between two versions of yourself. You know, the person who you used to be in the past, and you know, the version of you right now. And so I feel like it's that beautiful shift, right? You know, the wheel of fortune is showing you that things are about to turn for you, okay, and a truth's going to come out. You know, someone's definitely about to admit to them that they're here to fight for you now. You know, I feared losing you. That's what the, you know, that's what the truth is gonna sound like. You know, somebody just really revealing to you their heart. You know, so that's, you know, in that abundance card, you're rising with the clarity, okay, and I feel like you're going to choose this connection. You know, at least the one that aligns with the healed self that you're in. You know, not the wounded self, okay, and that's that Two of Pentacles energy that I was talking about. So Aquarius, this is a beautiful reading. It's actually like I feel kind of, I feel for you. You know, you're in a rock and a hard spot, but I feel like you're coming out of that. Okay. Hopefully this was clarity or confirmation at least. Okay. If it was, give it a thumbs up, would you? Show some love to the reader. Anyway, Aquarius, I love you. I respect you. like I said, I'll leave the video at the end of this video, so check it out if you haven't seen it. If you're cross watching, maybe the energies will line up, and that has some of my readings have fell into the next signs before like that. So I mean, at least I pick up on the energies like that sometimes. So anyway, hopefully it was good. Okay. I love you. I respect you. And I hope to see you on the next readings. Okay. All right. Bye-bye.